Last Sunday morning, just like any other weekend, I was sitting on a bench at Willow Creek Park, sipping my coffee and enjoying the crisp air. That's when I saw Henry, my neighbor, slowly making his way around the walking trail. Henry is 68 this year. He's the kind of man who enjoys his quiet routines, a short walk in the morning, tending to his little garden in the afternoon, and catching up with his crossword puzzles in the evening. But that morning, something was off. Henry usually finishes 2 rounds of the park before stopping by to chat. This time, though, he looked exhausted after just one. As he sat down beside me, he let out a sigh and rubbed his legs with a slight wince. "Lately," he said, "I feel like my legs just don't belong to me anymore. They get so heavy after the smallest things. Yesterday, I walked up 2 flights of stairs and had to sit down for 20 minutes. This isn't just about Henry. If you're over 60, maybe you've noticed it too. Legs that once took you everywhere now feel like they've run a marathon after a trip to the grocery store. Climbing stairs feels like a chore. Standing in the kitchen for too long makes your calves ache. And even a gentle walk in the evening can leave you unusually sore. The truth is, our legs bear the weight of everything we do, literally. And as we age, our muscles naturally lose mass and recover more slowly. But here's something you may not know. It's not just about getting older. Sometimes the tiredness, soreness, and even the cramps come from a lack of the right nutrients. Your body might simply be missing a few key building blocks to help your muscles bounce back. When I told Henry this, he was surprised. "I thought it was just part of getting old," he said. "That's what most of us think. But in reality, there are simple, natural ways to help your legs regain their strength, improve circulation, and feel lighter even overnight. And no, I'm not talking about magic pills or expensive supplements. I'm talking about food. Real affordable food. The kind you can find in your local market or might already have in your fridge. These aren't just ordinary ingredients. They're nature's tools for helping your legs recover faster, fight inflammation, improve nerve function, and build back the strength that time tries to take away. Over the next few minutes, I'll share with you 7 simple foods that I've personally tested and recommended to my friends, including Henry, that made a noticeable difference in just 12 hours. Yes, 12. That's one night's sleep away from waking up with legs that feel stronger, more stable, and ready for the day. Before we dive into that list, let me ask you something, and be honest. Have you ever felt like your legs just couldn't keep up with you anymore? Maybe after grocery shopping, standing in line, or even just walking around your house. If that sounds like you, tap the number 1 in the comments. It helps me know I'm not alone, and it lets YouTube know this is something worth sharing with more people like us. In this video, I'm going to walk you through these 7 foods, how they help your legs, and the best way to include them in your meals. I'll also share some real-life stories from friends in our age group who've tried these tips and saw incredible results in just a day. No gimmicks. No extreme diets, just practical, easy-to-follow advice from one neighbor to another. Because here's the thing, getting older doesn't mean giving up movement. It doesn't mean giving up strength either. With the right support, especially from the food we eat, our legs can carry us well and joyfully for many more years to come. Henry was skeptical at first. "You're telling me food can fix this?" he asked, raising an eyebrow. I smiled and nodded. "Not just any food," I told him, "but the right food. The kind that helps your muscles heal, improves circulation, and gives your legs the fuel they need to feel strong again." That same afternoon, I handed Henry a short grocery list, just a few ingredients, nothing fancy. He promised he'd give it a shot. The next morning, just before I left for my walk, I saw him stepping out of his house with a little more bounce in his stride. "I did what you said," he said with a grin. "I actually feel better. Still a little sore, but I didn't have to sit down after getting out of bed this morning." And that's when it hit me. This stuff works, and it works quickly. So, what makes these 7 foods so effective? Each one is packed with something your legs need right now. Whether it's high-quality protein to rebuild worn-out muscle fibers, anti-inflammatory nutrients to reduce swelling, or minerals like magnesium and potassium that prevent cramps and improve blood flow. We often overlook the importance of nutrition when it comes to leg health. We focus on pain creams, compression socks, or even stretching exercises, which are great. But we forget that muscles recover from the inside out. You can massage and stretch all day long, but if your body doesn't have the materials it needs to heal and strengthen, you'll just keep feeling stuck in the same cycle of soreness and fatigue. Think of your muscles like a house that needs repairs. If you don't give the workers any bricks or cement, how can they rebuild anything? That's exactly what happens when your diet lacks these essential nutrients. Your muscles can't restore themselves, but give them the right tools, and recovery begins fast, sometimes overnight. Now, before we jump into the full list of foods, I want to set a few expectations. You won't need to buy anything exotic. No superfoods flown in from faraway places. These are everyday foods, things you might already enjoy, that, when used intentionally, can create real change. Some of these work better together. Others are best in the morning or evening. And a few of them, if you combine them with light movement or a good night's rest, seem to have an even stronger effect. I'll walk you through all of that in just a bit. But here's the real reason I made this video. Because you deserve to feel strong again. You deserve to wake up and walk to the mailbox without worrying about your knees buckling or your calves cramping. You deserve to go for an afternoon walk with your spouse, play with your grandkids in the yard, or just stand at the kitchen counter without feeling like you need to sit every 5 minutes. I know some folks might be thinking, it's too late for me. My legs have been like this for years. But I'm here to tell you it's not too late. One day of eating right can start a ripple effect in your body. It's not about becoming an athlete. It's about restoring comfort, ease, and confidence in every step you take. So, if you're ready to take that first step toward stronger legs, here's what I suggest. Pause for a moment and think about how your legs feel right now. Are they heavy, achy, maybe even a little numb? If so, leave a comment with the number 2. It lets me know you're ready to do something about it. And it might even help someone else feel like they're not alone in this. In the next part of the video, I'll show you the first 4 foods on our list, the ones that bring the fastest results. These are the heavy hitters, the foods that people like Henry and others in our community have tried and loved. You'll learn not only why they work, but also how to fit them into your routine in the easiest, most delicious way possible. Stick with me. You're going to want to hear this. Let's get right into it. These first 4 foods are the ones that have shown the fastest results, not just in lab studies or nutrition books, but in real life. They're tried and tested by folks like Henry, Linda, and even myself. I call them the Big 4, because they don't just work, they work fast. If your legs feel sore, tight, or just drained of energy, these are the foods you'll want to include in your meals today. 1. Hard-boiled eggs, the morning muscle miracle. Let's start with something simple, affordable, and surprisingly powerful. Eggs. Now, I know some folks have avoided eggs in the past because of cholesterol concerns. But modern research shows that for most people, eating a couple of eggs a day is not only safe, it's actually beneficial, especially as we age. Eggs are packed with high-quality protein, which your body uses to repair and rebuild muscle fibers. But what makes them really special is an amino acid called leucine. Think of leucine as the switch that turns on muscle recovery. Without it, your muscles heal slowly, if at all. With it, recovery happens faster, and soreness fades more quickly. Then there's choline, another nutrient in eggs that supports nerve-muscle communication. If your legs feel clumsy or your balance is off, you might be low in choline. It helps your brain send clearer signals to your muscles, improving coordination and reaction time. And don't forget vitamin D, also found in eggs. It helps your body absorb calcium, which strengthens both bones and muscles. If you're going to rebuild strength, you need solid foundations, and that includes your skeleton. Linda, a 70-year-old friend of mine who volunteers at the local library, used to struggle with nighttime leg cramps. I suggested she add 2 hard-boiled eggs to her breakfast each morning, just 2. Within 3 days, she told me she slept better and hadn't had a cramp since. It's like my legs don't panic anymore, she joked. Best of all, eggs are easy. Boil a batch at the beginning of the week, and you've got a ready-to-eat recovery booster every morning. Sprinkle a little black pepper, maybe a dash of paprika, and you're good to go. 2. Salmon, nature's anti-inflammatory superfood. Now, if you're looking for a food that calms your muscles down after a long day, nothing beats salmon. This fish is rich in omega-3 fatty acids, which are powerful natural anti-inflammatories. After walking, standing, or even just sitting too long, our muscles develop tiny tears that cause inflammation. Omega-3s help reduce that inflammation, easing soreness and speeding up healing. Salmon is also high in bioavailable protein. That means your body can absorb and use it efficiently. And just like eggs, it contains vitamin D, which works hand in hand with calcium to support strong, resilient bones. But that's not all. Salmon gives you a boost of potassium and selenium, two minerals that support nerve function and muscle cell repair. If you often feel like your legs are slow to respond or you deal with shakiness, these minerals could help restore steadiness and energy. Now, I know salmon can be a bit pricey. So here's the good news. Other oily fish like sardines, mackerel, or even canned tuna can provide many of the same benefits at a fraction of the cost. Just aim for wild-caught or low-sodium options when you can. One woman from our walking group, Elaine, told me she started eating grilled salmon twice a week instead of her usual ham sandwiches. I thought it wouldn't make a difference, she said. But after a week, I noticed I didn't have to stop halfway during our walks anymore. That's the power of real food doing real work. If you're enjoying this so far and want me to do a future video about affordable food swaps for joint and muscle health, drop a number 2 in the comments. I've got a lot of ideas I'd love to share, and your feedback helps this community grow stronger together. Coming up next, 2 more foods that round out our big 4. One is a humble root vegetable that fuels your body like a slow-burning log on a fire. The other is a creamy pantry favorite that's been underestimated for years. Stick around. Your legs will thank you. 3. Sweet potatoes, the slow-burning energy your legs crave. Let's talk about one of the most underrated foods when it comes to restoring strength, the humble sweet potato. Sweet potatoes are more than just a side dish at Thanksgiving. They're packed with complex carbohydrates, the kind that break down slowly and provide steady, lasting energy to your muscles. That's a big deal, especially if your legs tend to give out halfway through the day. Unlike processed carbs, which spike your blood sugar and leave you crashing, the carbs in sweet potatoes fuel your body like a slow-burning log in a fireplace, releasing warmth and strength little by little over time. But it doesn't stop there. Sweet potatoes are rich in potassium, a key mineral that helps prevent cramps and keeps your muscles contracting smoothly. If your legs often twitch or feel tight, low potassium could be part of the problem. They also contain beta-carotene, which your body turns into vitamin A, an antioxidant that supports tissue repair and helps reduce inflammation in joints and muscles. I remember Mr. Garcia, a 72-year-old retired teacher in our neighborhood, who used to feel completely drained by the time he finished doing his morning yard work. I suggested he swap out his usual white toast for a small baked sweet potato at breakfast. Within just 3 days, he said, I didn't have to sit down halfway through trimming the hedges. My legs just kept going. The best part? Sweet potatoes are delicious and versatile. Bake them, steam them, or mash them with a bit of cinnamon and olive oil. They pair wonderfully with eggs in the morning or grilled salmon at night. And here's a little bonus tip. If you're someone who tends to skip breakfast or just as coffee, try adding a small baked sweet potato with a boiled egg. It's a powerhouse combo that fights fatigue all morning long. 4. Natural peanut butter, the unsung hero of muscle recovery. Yes, you read that right, peanut butter. But I'm not talking about the sugary, hydrogenated stuff that comes in bright packaging. I'm talking about natural peanut butter, made from just peanuts and maybe a pinch of salt. This pantry staple is a gold mine of recovery-supporting nutrients. First, it's full of healthy fats, particularly monounsaturated fats, which help reduce inflammation and support joint and nerve health. That's key if your legs feel stiff or achy after a day on your feet. Second, peanut butter contains a surprising amount of plant-based protein, which helps your muscles rebuild after wear and tear. And thanks to its magnesium content, it plays a direct role in muscle relaxation, helping prevent cramps and nighttime tightness. It also provides a natural, slow-burning energy that helps keep you going throughout the day. Unlike sugary snacks that give you a quick lift, followed by a hard crash, A spoonful of peanut butter offers a smooth, steady boost. My friend Diane, who's 66 and watches her 2 grandkids during the week, told me how she used to hit a wall by 2 p.m. I felt like my legs turned into sandbags, she said. So I suggested she try this. Toast a slice of whole grain bread and spread a spoonful of natural peanut butter on top. She gave it a try, and just like that, she was making it through the afternoons without feeling like collapsing. If you're not a toast person, try adding a spoonful to a banana or stirring it into a smoothie. Just make sure the label says 100% peanuts or no added sugar or oils. That way, you're getting all the benefits without the unnecessary extras. Let me ask you something. Have you ever had natural peanut butter as part of your daily routine? If yes, type the number 1 in the comments. And if not, but you're curious to give it a shot, drop a number 2. I'll share some of my favorite easy peanut butter snack ideas in a future video if enough of you are interested. So there you have it. The first 4 foods that made the biggest difference for me, Henry, and many others in our circle. They're simple, they're satisfying, and best of all, they work fast. In the next section, we'll cover 3 more foods that work in a slower, deeper way. Kind of like long-term reinforcements. They might not give you instant results, but they help maintain and protect your leg strength in the days and weeks to come. Think of them as your leg support team, working quietly in the background. And remember, your legs have carried you for decades. It's time to return the favor. Now that we've covered the 4 fast-acting foods, the ones that bring relief almost overnight, it's time to focus on what I like to call the foundation foods. These next 3 aren't about instant results. Instead, they work slowly but steadily, helping your legs stay strong, energized, and pain-free over the long run. Think of them like the bricks and mortar in a sturdy house. They don't shout for attention, but without them, everything else could fall apart. 1. Greek yogurt. Gentle recovery that starts in your gut. Let's start with one of the most powerful foods you might already have in your fridge, Greek yogurt. Greek yogurt is a nutritional powerhouse, especially for older adults looking to protect and rebuild their muscle mass. What makes it special is its rich content of casein, a slow-digesting protein that feeds your muscles with amino acids over several hours. That makes it a perfect choice for recovery overnight, or anytime you need long-lasting nourishment. But that's just the beginning. Greek yogurt also provides calcium, which doesn't just strengthen bones. It helps your muscles contract properly. Ever feel your legs tremble or spasm when standing too long? That could be your body begging for more calcium. Even more importantly, Greek yogurt contains probiotics, friendly bacteria that keep your digestive system healthy and efficient. Why does that matter for your legs? Because even if you're eating all the right foods, if your body isn't absorbing the nutrients well, your muscles won't get what they need. I've seen this firsthand. My friend Joanne, 73, used to suffer from bloating and poor appetite, which made it hard for her to keep a consistent diet. We added a cup of plain Greek yogurt to her morning routine, topped with a few slices of banana or berries. Within a week, not only was her digestion smoother, but her energy improved. She said her legs didn't feel so dead in the mornings anymore. It wasn't just the yogurt. It was what the yogurt allowed the rest of her body to absorb better. If you're new to Greek yogurt, start simple. Go for plain, unsweetened versions, and sweeten naturally with fruit or a drizzle of honey. It's great as breakfast, a midday snack, or even a base for smoothies. 2. Avocado, a creamy source of muscle-protecting goodness. If there's one food that deserves the title of nature's butter, it's the avocado. But don't be fooled by its soft texture. This fruit is tough on inflammation and rich in nutrients your legs will love. Avocados are full of monounsaturated fats, which help reduce muscle and joint inflammation. That's essential if you have any lingering stiffness or discomfort after walking or standing. But what really makes avocados a game changer is their impressive magnesium and potassium content. Both of these minerals are key to muscle function. Magnesium helps your muscles relax and recover, while potassium helps them contract efficiently. Without them, you're more likely to deal with cramps, fatigue, and that heavy leg feeling so many people over 60 experience. Let's not forget about fat-soluble vitamins like vitamins A, D, E, and K that are better absorbed when eaten with healthy fats. Avocados naturally boost your body's ability to soak up these essential nutrients, which means every bite of spinach or sweet potato you eat works even harder when paired with a bit of avocado. I always think of my cousin Bill when I talk about this. Bill is 69 and a former high school coach. These days, he spends more time fishing than running laps, but he still likes to stay active. He used to skip breakfast entirely, just coffee and toast. I suggested he try mashing half an avocado on whole grain toast, sprinkle some seeds or a boiled egg on top. He texted me 2 days later. Why didn't I eat this 10 years ago? My knees feel less stiff already. Avocados are easy to use. You can eat them sliced, mashed, blended into smoothies, or even added to a salad. Just remember, one small avocado a day is plenty. It's rich and satisfying. You won't need much. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Are you already eating avocado regularly? Or is it something you've been meaning to try? Let me know by typing 1 if it's already on your plate, or 2 if you're planning to add it after this video. I always enjoy seeing where you're at on your journey. Next, we'll talk about a leafy green that quietly does wonders for your circulation and energy, especially in your legs. It's a food that's been used for centuries, but often forgotten in modern diets. Stick with me. 3. Spinach, a leafy green that feeds your legs from the inside out. Let's wrap up this section with one of the quietest, most underrated champions of leg health, spinach. Now, I know what you might be thinking, spinach? Really? Yes, really. Spinach has been a staple in traditional diets for generations, and for good reason. This leafy green is loaded with nutrients that directly benefit your legs, especially if you're dealing with weakness, poor circulation, or just plain fatigue. First off, spinach is rich in iron, which helps your body deliver oxygen to your muscles. Without enough iron, your blood can't carry sufficient oxygen, and your muscles, especially those in your legs, start to feel tired, slow, or heavy. If you ever feel out of breath or drained just from walking around the house, low iron might be part of the picture. Spinach is also a natural source of nitrates, compounds that help your blood vessels relax and widen, improving blood flow throughout the body. Better circulation means more nutrients and oxygen reach your leg muscles when they need it most, whether during movement or rest. And then there's vitamin K, a lesser-known nutrient that plays a crucial role in maintaining strong bones and preventing joint wear. Vitamin K helps your body regulate calcium, so instead of floating around and causing stiffness or calcification in joints, it gets sent to where it's needed, your bones. Spinach also contains lutein and zeaxanthin, 2 powerful antioxidants that protect muscle and nerve cells from oxidative stress. If you've been exercising, gardening, or even just walking more than usual, your muscles naturally produce inflammation and stress. These antioxidants help clean up that internal mess and allow your body to recover more quickly. I always think of one of our community members, Irene, when I talk about spinach. She's 75, lives alone, and enjoys tending to her front porch flowers. She told me once, my legs would swell up like balloons if I stood too long. I encouraged her to start adding spinach to her diet 3 times a week, sometimes sautéed with garlic and olive oil, sometimes blended into a smoothie. 2 weeks later, she called me and said, "Guess what? I did my flower pots this morning, swept the porch, and didn't have to sit down once." That's the kind of small victory that tells you something's working. Spinach is easy to incorporate. You can stir it into soups, blend it with fruit in a smoothie. You won't even taste it. Sauté it with eggs, or toss it into a warm bowl of quinoa or brown rice. And if you don't have access to fresh spinach, frozen spinach works just as well. Just avoid the creamed or heavily processed kinds with additives. And here's a quick tip. If you pair spinach with a vitamin C-rich food like tomatoes, bell peppers, or a squeeze of lemon juice, you boost your body's ability to absorb its iron. It's a simple kitchen trick that makes a big difference. So here's a quick check-in. Out of the 3 foods we just covered, Greek yogurt, avocado, and spinach, which one do you already eat the most? Type the name of your favorite in the comments below, or the number 1 for Greek yogurt, 2 for avocado, and 3 for spinach. I love seeing what's already part of your routine, and your comments help others try something new too. Now that we've got both the fast-acting and the long-term supportive foods on the table, You're probably wondering, how do I put all this together? What should I eat in a day if I want real results? That's exactly what we'll dive into next. Because knowing what to eat is one thing, but knowing when and how to eat it makes all the difference. Eat these 7 simple foods to regain leg strength in just 12 hours. Part 4. How to apply this in real life. Part 1 of 2. So now that you've got the full list, the big 4 for quick recovery and the foundational 3 for long-term support, you might be wondering, how do I actually make this work in my daily routine? That's a great question, and I want to make sure this isn't just another list you hear and forget. I want you to feel empowered to take action, starting today. Because the truth is, it doesn't take a complete lifestyle overhaul to see change. You don't need to count calories, follow complicated recipes, or buy expensive supplements. All it takes is a little intention and consistency, and maybe a grocery list you can actually use. Let's walk through what a one-day meal plan might look like if your goal is to wake up with stronger, more energized legs within 12 hours. This is based on what I personally do, and what's worked for folks like Henry, Irene, and Diane. Breakfast, 7 to 8 a.m. kickstart recovery. 2 boiled eggs. 1 slice of whole grain toast. 1/2 avocado mashed on toast. Optional, a small cup of Greek yogurt with banana slices. This meal hits your body with protein, eggs, healthy fats and potassium, avocado, magnesium and calcium, yogurt, and slow-burning carbs. It's a powerful combination that helps your legs recharge from the night and feel steady for the day ahead. If you're not a big breakfast eater, even just the eggs and avocado toast will go a long way. And don't forget to hydrate. A glass of warm water or coconut water in the morning can help flush out overnight stiffness and get your muscles moving smoothly. Midday meal, 12 to 1 p.m. rebuild and refuel. Grilled or baked salmon, or canned sardines if on a budget. Steamed spinach with garlic and olive oil. A small baked sweet potato or 1/2 cup of brown rice. Optional, tomato or orange slices for vitamin C boost. This meal is focused on protein and omega-3s from the fish, iron and nitrates from spinach, and complex carbs and potassium from sweet potatoes. It's designed to restore energy, reduce inflammation, and improve circulation to your lower limbs. Remember, it doesn't have to be fancy. You can use leftovers, canned options, or even frozen veggies if that's easier. The point is to keep the combination, lean protein plus greens, plus a source of good carbs. Afternoon snack, 3 to 4 p.m. keep your legs going. 1 slice of whole grain toast with natural peanut butter. A few slices of apple or banana. Optional, a sprinkle of cinnamon on top. This snack is a steady energy boost that prevents that afternoon crash we all know too well. Magnesium, protein, and healthy fats all come together here to reduce muscle tightness and give your legs fuel for the rest of the day. My friend Joanne says this one small change, adding peanut butter toast with banana in the afternoon, helped her stay active until dinner without the usual aches and sluggishness. And if you're not a peanut butter fan, try a small Greek yogurt again, or even some roasted chickpeas with a bit of olive oil. Dinner, 6 to 7 p.m. gentle nutrition for evening recovery. A bowl of warm vegetable soup with spinach and carrots. A side of brown rice or quinoa, 1/4 to 1/2 cup. A spoonful of Greek yogurt or a light fruit smoothie with spinach and avocado. Dinner doesn't need to be heavy. In fact, a lighter evening meal that's rich in anti-inflammatory vegetables, digestive-friendly fiber, and gentle proteins can prepare your body for overnight recovery. Warm foods like soups help improve digestion, which in turn supports nutrient absorption, something especially important as we get older. The combination of spinach and carrots delivers vitamin K, iron, and beta-carotene to help rebuild tired muscle tissue. And if you're someone who struggles with sleep due to aching legs or cramps, try blending a simple smoothie. 1/2 a banana, a spoon of Greek yogurt, a bit of avocado, and some unsweetened almond milk. This blend gives your muscles a dose of magnesium, potassium, and calming tryptophan, ideal before bed. Evening routine, 7:30 to 9 p.m. create a recovery-friendly habit. What you do after dinner matters, just as much as what you eat. Here are a few small habits that can amplify the power of the foods we've discussed. Gently elevate your legs for 10 to 15 minutes while reading or watching TV. This helps reduce swelling and support circulation. Massage your calves and feet with a warm cloth or a light cream. You don't need a spa, just your hands and a bit of care. Stretch lightly for 5 minutes. A simple forward bend or seated ankle rolls can help release tension and improve blood flow. Drink a small glass of coconut water or warm herbal tea before bed to stay hydrated and reduce nighttime cramps. These rituals don't have to be perfect. They just need to be consistent. Your legs are like trusted companions. They carry you through each day. Taking a few minutes to thank them with nourishment and care goes a long way. A final word from the heart. Earlier in this video, I told you about Henry, my 68-year-old neighbor who thought his tired legs were just part of aging. Well, 2 weeks after he started using the food plan I shared with you today, I saw him at the park again. This time, he had already finished his 2 laps, and he looked like he had another one in him. He waved and smiled. "I've got my legs back, thanks to breakfast and your avocado toast idea." We laughed, but inside, I felt something deeper, hope. Because when someone you care about finds strength again, in a body they thought had given up, that's worth more than any supplement or secret diet. And that's why I made this video. Not to promise miracles, but to remind you that you're not powerless. Your body might be older, but it's still incredibly responsive, still able to heal, and still capable of strength you haven't felt in a while. All it takes is the right support and a little patience. So, here's what I'd love for you to do now. If this video gave you something helpful, type the word "ready" in the comments below. Ready to feel stronger. Ready to try one of these foods tomorrow. Ready to start caring for your legs like they've cared for you all these years. And if you want more videos like this, simple, practical, and built for folks in our stage of life, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Tap that bell so you don't miss what's coming next. Because we're just getting started. Coming up soon, I'll share a 3-minute bedtime stretch for leg recovery, easy meals that help reduce joint pain, and how to choose shoes that protect your knees and ankles. Until then, take care of your legs. Feed them well. Let them rest. And know that no matter your age, you can still move forward, stronger, steadier, and with joy.